We're going to start a new Stellaris game, and we're going to be known as the Tree Ant Protectorate. I just want to show you how I've set up the game. Turn down the volume. So let's look at the Tree Ant Protectorate. Let's see here. Can we edit? So I just want to show you my traits. So natural engineers, quick learners, adaptive, solitary, and sedentary are the negative traits. Government and ethics, we are xenophiles and materialists under an oligarchic election system, efficiency in bureaucracy, and mining guilds. So let's go ahead and say done. We're going to do a humongous galaxy. Okay, that's the largest, and we can do spiral. We'll do spiral 4 arms. We're going to do AI empires. Maybe we'll do 10 of them is good. Advanced AI starts, we'll do 2 of them. Max fallen empires, habitable worlds 5 times. AI aggressiveness normal, difficulty normal. Allowed FTL method any. Empire placement random. Advanced neighbors off. Endgame crisis on. Iron Man mode off. So let's play. So I'm not going to read every single thing, but we'll start this series out. You've seen other series where people read all of these things. I think it's kind of boring. I'll go ahead and read the first one. In the eons since the first primitive tree ant communities took shape in the meadows and forests of Genesis Prima, our civilization has spread and prospered. The chaotic periods of our early history eventually gave rise to a new society which unified our people as none had done before. Succumbing neither to tyranny nor to the ignorance of the masses, our society evolved into one that is ruled fairly by a just and unbiased bureaucratic machine. Now, after the successful creation of the artificial subspace wormholes, the finest minds of the Tree Ant Protectorate have finished construction of the first wormhole station on the edge of our system. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Okay, so let's begin. And since we're paused, let's look at our science. We are going to do... I think the best thing to do is assist research. We're going to do propaganda broadcast, for the monthly influence +1, and engineering facility, I guess, if that's what we must choose. And let's go ahead and get our science ship going, and we will survey the system. And then survey that system. So let's unpause, we'll go fast. And our construction ship is going to follow closely behind the science ship. As soon as we have any minerals or anything to mine, we'll do that. So nothing so far. That's unfortunate. Well, we got our first thing we can build. So we'll go do that. So construction ship. Let's mine those. Let's mine the gems here, the minerals. So with the new Atoms 1.6.1 patch, they have announced that they are making a new AI in-game crisis, which includes, I think, a new ship, actually a new army or navy for the AIs, which is called the Contingency, I believe.
Construction complete.
And so they actually can have an armada that you have to face off, which is pretty cool. Before they didn't have anything like that. It was just AI uprising, which was sort of a planet-wide problem that you had to control. One good thing about Paradox software is that they're constantly updating it, which is really cool. Do a very good job, I think, of maxing out. Whoops, where's the construction ship? They do a really good job of keeping their stuff updated, unlike some other game developers, which they do not. So I really want to just kind of save up for a colony ship. We'll do a little bit of science and maybe a little bit of minerals and energies. Let's go ahead and take a look at our surface while all this is going on. So we have +5, +5. That's pretty good. And we could clear some blockers if we was so intended. Okay, discovery of alien life. The high fluttering leaf has made a startling find on Karazit 1. The planet's teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Genesis Prima. This amazing discovery silenced those who believe we were alone in the universe, although none of the alien creatures found on the Karazit 1 are sentient. It is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. So we get 60 society research. Pretty cool. And I'm going to do something about slavery. So let's go to, I forgot I had that on. Let's pause this real quick so I can think. Let's see, policies and edicts. We're going to do slavery. We're going to prohibit that. Yes. Okay. Okay, tree is abuzz with news of alien organisms discovered by the high fluttering leaf some time ago. These little evolutionary marvels kindle in the tree entrant people a renewed hope of a first contact with intelligent beings. Okay. So, let's hit Control Shift and we can research that first. It's a little shortcut that you can do. You hit Control Shift, and within your chain of commands that you tell it to do, it will sort of put that one in priority, and that's what we want. So with our science ship, we're going to want to do every colonizable world's survey. Sadly, the solar sailor found above Karazit 2 or 3 was destroyed in a clumsy attempt by science officer Petals of Gold to bring into the cargo bay of the high fluttering leaf. Unfortunate. We gained a level on our science ship, so gained a level 2. Let's see, what kind of world is this? It is a size 16. Pretty nice too. Continental world. That's our planet type. So we're going to want to go ahead and build some mining stations. And clear this. So we have very little money to deal with. So I want to end this episode, hopefully, by sending out the first colony ship to this world. So that's an ocean world of size 20 and continental world of 22. Wow. That's going to be our primary next That's going to be the first one that we actually colonize. How are we doing on our research? Going pretty good.
System survey complete.
I'm going to call this Genesis Continentum. And we're falling behind in our minerals, or our energy, sorry. So we need to clear that blocker. We may have to put one of these guys onto that energy.
Construction complete.
So we're going to survey this world, which is the big one. A lot of bloggers, however, so it's probably not as good as the other one to colonize initially. Molten world. Too close to the sun, obviously. So we now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Genesis Continentum. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. So we can either begin the habitable world survey event chain or just get 20 influence. I would think I'd rather do the habitable world survey event chain.
Situation.
So we'll do that. Let's look at our situation log, habitable worlds event chain. So I think we have to collect 8 aliens. It's pretty standard and one of the older types of event chains that Stellaris has.
Final blocker clear.
Okay, we're doing this survey here. So as soon as we can find some energy, we're going to go for that.
System survey complete.
Not very much energy credits here. So our science ship will go ahead and give it another set of orders because this is in our territory. We can survey that after. I don't want to build another station because we're already using too much energy. And we can start an ascension chain. I want to go for prosperity first. So we'll do that. Let's unpause it. Where's our tech stand? We got 8 months on the influence. And propaganda broadcasts. So this one is a size 20 ocean world with 70% habitability. Again, we're waiting for something that's going to give us some energy. Let's go ahead and move that guy there. Okay, so let's research that. Let's go ahead and look at our edicts again. I think I want to set food stockpiling to balanced. Yes, so we can go ahead and start climbing above the 200 mark. While conducting surface scans of Edamar 1, science officer and the crew of the Hive discover what appears to be artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They've not detected any other signs of alien activity on the planet, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We have prepared a special project.
Situation log
Okay,
updated.
let's do that. Project. Track on the map. So we need a science ship. So, well, we have one here. Again, Control Shift. Okay, weeks after uttering the Hive Fluttering latest fruitful exploratory survey, the xenologists are practically falling over themselves to publish their takes on the findings of Edamar 1. This fever storm in scientific community has had some negative yet temporary impact on pursuits of other fields. Okay. Let's research that project. Again, no energy.
Tile blocker cleared. Research complete.
Okay, so let's do some new research. Pause. So we can either do armor or Corvette assembly yards. And we increase our mineral storage capacity this way. Or we can do missiles in grade 1. I think we should go for that. And then new research. We don't really need hydroponics. We're doing good there. Do you know what? I'm probably going to have to do that. I don't see a solar panel network for the energy crisis we're having right now, but maybe we'll find that. Find some energy. So we got a science leader leveled up, a science leader leveled up, and a science leader leveled up. Pretty cool. Inactive building, we know about that.
Special project complete.
Okay, so we partially translated the mural. What do we get? We get 200 experience in engineering and 60 engineering research gained. Amazing. And our scientist is now level 3.
System survey complete.
So we're looking for energy. It's the main thing here. Can't build or do anything until I get some more energy. Oop, now we got that pop must have grown into the energy here. So we're going to build a power plant for sure. Maybe that will solve our needs. So we have enough to build a. We need a colony ship. Okay, no modules available yet, but we are building orbital hydroponics currently.
Research complete.
So research speed plus 5%. I think that's probably good to get at the beginning. Or we can do power. I think we should probably do this. So we can get power plant 2. And we're having a crunch with our power. So we need to deal with that. So we have that one. I'll go ahead and build a hydroponics there. And so 74 plus 2. We're really having a problem with our energy. So we're going to do the
System survey complete.
this. I think it was this world has a lot of blockers, so we'll probably do this world here because it actually has more tiles that we can use, at least initially. Wow, 9, that's pretty good. So our science ship has stopped surveying. Let's go ahead and survey that system. And then we'll survey this system. And so our pop must have generated on that energy, which is cool. We're going to be in a crisis again as soon as this colony ship is made. So is there a better use of the mine? Yeah, let's go over here. Build the mining station on the +4 one. And we've got our colony ship. So pause. Pause. Let's look at our overall. Let's close this out. So we wanted this world. Colonize. And we'll go. This would be a lot of food, but not a lot of mineral adjacencies. Probably here, here, or let's see. If I went here, I could have this adjacency, and that's it, because it doesn't work for science, or this adjacency, which is not really much. Because they're blank. I went here, we'd have this adjacency and this adjacency. So there's 2 there. Or we could have just food adjacency. I don't really want just food adjacency. I would like to have some energy adjacencies. It looks like it's probably not going to happen though. With the exception of this one, which we can't even do anything about. So at this point, I think probably there would be the best. Get the food, and we'll call this. Let's see. We'll call this. Krites Continentum. Okay, unpause. So again, see we're doing the energy crunch there for. So once we colonize, I'll end the episode. And it's again telling us we're having problems with our balance of energy.
Anomaly found.
Okay, so research it.
Construction complete.
Our survey of Pitavar 4A has revealed that it is used to be a pristine continental moon with a climate as little as 1,000 years ago. In stark contrast, the atmosphere today is extremely toxic, the surface highly irradiated, and the world has long since lost the ability to support life. We have detected signs that the moon was the scene of an incredibly destructive thermonuclear war waged between factions of a relatively advanced indigenous pre-space civilization. What a waste. So, where are we? Okay.
Colonization in progress.
So our colony ship has touched down on Krites Continentum. A great day. So we get 60 engineering research gained. Ooh, wow. Look at this world. I want to colonize this ASAP. So we need 106. So we're going to do that as the first thing that we do, or the last thing we do on this episode, and then I will shut it down and start up another episode.
Construction complete.
So we have pretty good income as far as minerals go. Wow, that's got a Betharian stone as well. Wow. So we're lacking 51.
System survey complete.
Soon be able to colonize this world. We have almost enough. Alright, so we're going to do adjacencies. Probably here would be the best. Yes, right there. And we'll call this Prima, or Primus, how about that? Primus Continentum. Nice world. Change the name. Primus Continentum. And let's change the star's name to Primus. Oops. Certain irrational and criminal elements of our society have left Genesis Continentum to seek and outlaw's life in the far reaches of space. In a display of surprising ingenuity, these brigands have heavily modified and weaponized a large number of civilian starships. Our civilian shipping lanes are now being raided by this impoverished starfleet, or improvised starfleet, sorry, which identifies itself only as the Bleeding Corsairs. A prompt response is needed. Okay, so we're going to end our episode with that, and thank you for watching. We will continue on.